Boy, have we got some projects in the Keep On Wrenching shop. We're focusing in on the CB160. Let's get you caught up. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Keep On Wrenching shop. We've gotten a lot done on the 1966 CB160, completely tore down to the frame. You can see it back there. Let's do a quick shorts compilation again because I know a lot of you wrenchers don't watch the shorts and I don't want you to miss a thing. So let's roll it. Another shorts compilation on the Keep On Wrenching channel. Quick question. Do I sound more like Steve-O or Jack Black when I have a cold? Let me know in the comments. Every week, I get comments just like this. In reality, my name is Brian. I'm not Jack Black. I'm not Steve-O. But when I have a cold, I kind of do sound like them a little. I'm actually just a small-time YouTuber. I restore vintage Honda motorcycles on my channel. Go check it out. I may not be Steve-O or Jack Black, but I have a lot of fun on my channel. Hope you consider subscribing and let me know which one do I sound like. Which impersonator do I need to become? Now let's just do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully it goes smooth. Yeah, of course this one's gonna be stuck. I was kind of surprised the other one came off so easy. Sometimes you just need a little bit of gentle persuasion. Crack that open. There, I got her to turn a little bit. I'm trying not to mar up the surface any. Just need to get her to turn. If you run into a snag like this, just go ahead and get your PB blaster out. Walk away for a few minutes. Let the stuff work. There, finally got that one. You want to be gentle with this stuff because you can bend and contort these carburetor bodies. Easier said than done. This slide is really stuck in there. I don't want to go crazy on it. Don't want to break anything. Let's introduce some heat to the equation. Patience, patience, patience. All right, let's give it a little tug. And we've got some movement. Awesome. When in doubt, apply a little heat and some PB blaster. While I'm here, I'm gonna just bring something to your attention here. See this slot? This slot, when you reassemble these carburetors, needs to be going on the outside. So here's the other one. This would be on the outside. The other side has a long slot all the way around. This is really important. That bike will not run if that long slot is on the outside upon reassembly. I'm not gonna lie, getting this gauge out on the 68 CB160 was confusing as all hell. I do think I figured out the secret though, and it's in these two 10mm bolts or nuts down here on the bottom. All right, this whole thing is actually multiple pieces. There's a little bracket underneath here that slides up, and this is attaching through the bottom. And then from here we have our seal and our gauge. Let me go to the bike and show you what was going on. Essentially what's happening here is the gauge drops in here like this. All right, this seal goes down, but this comes up underneath all of this. All right, and those two little nuts right there kind of clamshell this thing together up there like that. You got to get up underneath here and get those two 10s out. Looking at it from above, here's our seal. Your seal, okay, there's a little raised edge. Raised edge goes up and it clips around all the way around in here, and it seats into the headlight bucket like that. Well, better than what I've done here. From there, your gauge will slide in like this, just like that. And then from down below, you've got this bracket. You align that with the two bolts coming out of the back of the gauge, like that. And then seal those down, and that will lock that gauge down. It's like a little pressure point right here. But I tell you what, getting in there and getting those two out, not the easiest thing in the world. Couple quick things to note on the gauge itself. On the top side, on this side, right, we're going to take our bracket, slide this through, get this aligned. And again, this would be on the bike, but it's just easier to show you on the bench. There is a small black ground that was tied to this. a small locking washer and a nut right there. So that ties together. Then over on this one, just a locking nut, or a locking washer rather, and a nut. And together, that all pulls together and locks that gauge in place. Hope this helps somebody out who's been struggling with this. Glad I finally figured this out. Well, we finally got this rear wheel off, the 66 CB160. This one has some real problem spots. Not sure I'm going to be able to save that. Surprisingly, the spokes actually look like they're in really good shape. I don't see a single bent one. But oh boy, that don't look good. Not worried about the control arms or the aluminum. We can make that look brand freaking new. Kind of a shame to have to tear this tire off. It's old, but man, it doesn't look that used. Let's take a look inside. We will, of course, go and get new brake shoes. No big deal. This is a new one for me. This inner lining is looking really, really thin. How the heck do you even go about replacing that? I'm used to seeing a lot more material available there. I guess overall, we got ourselves a wheel, but it needs some love. And I'm telling you, this really concerns me. Curious your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. This is something totally new to me. It's always something. Keep on wrenching, friends. Every once in a while, you're going to run across a stuck part. I got this little spacer stuck on my rear axle. This sounds like a job for a little bit of PB Blaster and a little bit of heat. Let's get some PB Blaster in the works here. We're just going to trickle some down. Be kind of liberal with this stuff. Give it time to seep in. Then fire up your torch. Let's get some heat on this thing. Get in there and just kind of evenly heat this part. Make sure you're not starting a fire anywhere else while you're doing this, but you can see that penetrating oil really starting to seep in there once we heat this up. Be sure to heat the part evenly, side to side. Just watch for any fires. With that piece nice and warm, you should be able to start moving it now. Piece of cake. This thing was solid on there before. Now it's coming off like glass. Next time you're in a sticky spot, just grab that penetrating oil and apply some heat. You'll probably make some great progress. Good luck, wrenchers. How the heck did I get this rear brake pedal out of this 1968 CB160? I really wanted to take my time on this because, as you can see, we do have some spring action going on here. Now, eventually, we're going to have to put this thing back together, so it's important to note that the spring comes around the back side and back behind the cable mount here and over the top here on this center stand hub here. And it actually, if you get up in here, this is really tough to show you, it goes all the way up against the side of the frame. Getting the actual pedal off shouldn't be too bad. Just grab your needle nose pliers and bend out the little locking pin. Try to keep it as straight as you possibly can. And then what we want to do is we want to work this thing out. These can be kind of sticky little buggers. Sometimes it's best to just go and get a pair of trusty vice grips. If you don't have a pair of vice grips in your arsenal, highly encourage you to do so because they make tasks like this very easy. With that pin out, there's going to be a thick washer. Going to want to label this for sure. And this brake pedal should start to move its way out from here. It's going to rotate and we're going to watch that spring. There she popped. Good, pedal is off. And there is our spring. I'm really glad that I took lots of pictures of this because these can be kind of a puzzlement sometimes when you're putting it back together. Getting that brake pedal out of the way really opens up the space to be able to drop the motor out of the CB160. Hey everybody, welcome to the Keep On Wrenching shop, a quick 360 tour. Here's the polishing station. Right here, a bunch of product to help restore parts. Right here, the live streaming setup. This is where I'm sitting when I'm talking to you. Right here, there's a bike that needs to get done. Over here is a bike that also needs to get done. Down here is the recent project, the 1966 CB160. All apart. Right here we got tons of parts. Tons of vintage Honda parts. We got a CB100, we got a Super Hawk, we got a Dream, and we got more parts and more products to help us restore these vintage Honda motorcycles. And then right here, here's the infamous workbench. This is where the magic happens. I hope you enjoyed this quick 360 tour of the Keep On Wrenching shop. See you in the next video or live stream. Let's take a closer look at the Keep On Wrenching shop. Here's the polishing station, complete with a fan filter. Don't want to be breathing that dust in, but I got a grinder, a wire wheel, and then there's the buffing station. In this rack, we got all the products that you need to restore a vintage motorcycle. Colonel Brassy, there you are. I do have an air compressor in the corner just in case I need it. And here's the live stream station using OBS. Got a stream deck, second monitor, all the good stuff right here. Go get yourself a free sticker at keeponwrenching.com. Some of you might not know, but the Apocalypse bike actually donated its engine to get another vintage Honda on the road again. And yeah, I know, I gotta finish this 1968 CB350. It's on the list. When I tell you I got parts, ladies and gentlemen. You need some parts? Let me know. I probably have something that you might need on one of these shelves. So many parts. Not only do I have parts, but I also have motorcycles. The CB100, the Super Hawk, and the Dream are all on deck as projects on the YouTube channel. And I'm stacking parts on the current project. All this needs to get cleaned up. Oh yeah, did I mention I have more parts? Oh, and more products that will help me restore these classic motorcycles. Some of the artwork on the wall. There's my grandpa. He's staring at that motor. And then the bike that started it all, the Honda CL350. And don't forget safety first. Always have your first aid kits and fire suppression tools readily available. And I can't thank all the wrenchers enough. All over the world, we're reaching people. Gotta love it. And let's not forget the legend, Anthony Zerbe. And then here's the main workbench. This is where I do the bulk of the videos, bulk of the work. Do not judge me for my organization and cleanliness. It'll get sorted out, don't worry. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of behind the scenes at Keep On Wrenching. See you in the next video or live stream. Dog nabbit, we got another stuck piece. Let's get it out. When you're restoring these old bikes, you're gonna run across a ton of stuff that looks like this. Penetrating oil is your first move. I've already tried this, but I'll try it again. Really important to note the head on this bolt. This is a Japanese motorcycle. It's gonna be a JIS. Do not put a Phillips in that. You will strip it out. Let's see if we can get it to move. No, gonna have to get more aggressive. In with some heat. Get in there with some heat. Let's get this thing nice and hot. Always good to get the tip of the blue flame right where you want it. Now we're gonna go for it. I got myself a 10mm wrench on the one side right here. Let's get that on there. Oh, wow, that's hot, that's hot. And I'm going with the electric tool with the JIS bit. Let's see if we can get it. There, we got it. Little heat, little penetrating oil, you're in business. Master this process, penetrating oil and heat, and it's gonna get you in a great place to get you out of those sticky spots. We've got the CB160 frame pretty much all the way took down, just a few items to remove. In the previous video, you saw us break loose this little brake cable mount. This is a little retainer for your brake cable. You can go ahead and bag and tag that. I also measured the distance from the bottom to the top so I get it placed just right when I put it back together. Next up is this little carrier for the battery box. This is just a single pin. I might be able to get this out by hand. Nope, gonna need a wrench. This should be pretty straightforward, hopefully, fingers crossed. Can we just pull this out? Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. We got it. It's out. Next up, let's get our kind of mount for the gas tank off. It's a single 10mm nut. And we're gonna pull this pin out just like that. And it looks like we got two rubber bushings, one on each side. I'm gonna bag and tag these. And our last little bit is removing our front gas tank mounts. These just pull straight off, and there is one on each side. And with that, we are done stripping down the CB160 frame. Time to get this into a bath, get it all degreased, and ready for sandblasting. Things are going to start to move now. All right, we got the engine in a tub. Let's take a closer look. Who knew? The 160 is actually 161 cubic centimeters. There's a bunch of those fun engine fins that we're going to have to clean up again. Oh boy, can't wait. I'm actually pretty amazed that the Kickstarter rubber is still in good shape. Overall, the chrome looks really good too. And how about this? The rubber is still on the shifter gear, and it is straight and true. This is going to clean up beautifully as well. I feel like we should quickly get these carburetors out of the way. And I am shocked to learn, sarcasm noted, is that it's just a 10 millimeter on each of these. Let's lightly crack these open all the way across, all four of them. We don't want to start bending and contorting, so let's break them all free and then we'll pull them off. I sure do wish getting at these 4 bolts or these 4 nuts was as easy when these carburetors are on the bike. Let me tell you, it can be frustrating. I am seeing some inconsistencies here. This one has a nut and a locking washer. This one has a nut and a locking washer. How about the other two? No locking washers, just nuts. This was hastily put together. I would think there would be a washer and a nut, locking washer on that, but what do I know? With those 4 removed, we're just going to pull the carburetors right off, just like that. These are going to be taking a bath in the ultrasonic real soon. Do note that our manifold seals are right here. These are caked on there pretty good, so I'll work on these another day. Here we go, getting to work on the motor from the CB160 from 1966. It's always a good sign when something finds its way into a bin and onto the bench. So there you have it, another shorts compilation, and you are all caught up on the progress on the 1966 CB160 classic motorcycle restoration. I'm excited about this one. This is a super cool bike, and now we're really entering that phase of the project that I really enjoy. Cleaning up the parts, repainting, polishing. I think the only thing I'm not looking forward to is cleaning up those engine fins. We're gonna try a couple different things this time to hopefully alleviate some of the pain in that process. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button. It really does help the channel. And go get yourself a free sticker at keeponwrenching.com. Many more videos on the way, so we'll see you in the next video or live stream.